Hey everyone, what's up? It's Haley and welcome to my channel. So for today's video, as you can see by this board I have here and of course the title of this video, that I'm going to be doing something a little bit new and different for my channel as far as TBRs go. So for the past couple of months, I've been kind of toying around with the idea of not doing TBRs at all. If you noticed, I didn't actually post a TBR video for March and April, and I kind of wanted to do something more creative with them if I was going to do anything at all. And of course, I love Cody from Cody's Book Corner's Wheel of TBR and Becca from Becca and the Books Bookopoly, so I wanted to do something kind of board game-esque and throw in my hat for this. So I am doing Bingo Chooses My TBR for each month. Now, I don't want to claim that this is an original idea because I know for a fact that my friend Cecilia from That Disney Chick actually did something like this last month, and actually looking on YouTube I have seen a couple of other videos doing this, so I will link some of those down below, including Cecilia's video. My plan is to use this same board until I actually get a bingo, and once I get a bingo I want to do something special, be it a giveaway or something else. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do, but I'll let you know when I do. Once I do have a bingo, I'm basically going to be replacing all of these post-it notes with new numbers and doing a different board, and we'll go from there. And the way that this is going to work is that on the back of each number I have a challenge. So it's going to be something like pick a big book or pick something with good representation. And if I get the ball that corresponds to one of these numbers, I am going to look at the challenge on the back of that post-it and use that challenge to basically build my TBR. So of course a lot of the prompts on the back of these post-its are based on the ones that Cody and Becca use, but I also wanted to kind of put in some that I came up with on my own, and I'm always looking for new ideas, so if you have any, please feel free to comment those down below. Now, in the month of May, I am definitely planning on participating in the Asian Readathon as well as Mental Healthathon and the Sailor Moonathon. I am on Team Venus, which is led by Alana from the Awkward Book Nerd, who is one of my great friends. So again, once a number is selected from my bingo cage here, I'm going to be replacing the blue post-it note with a yellow one, so we are able to keep track of what numbers I have gotten, as well as, you know, if I am close to a bingo. So the minimum amount of books that I'm going to be picking on this is 5, and I say minimum because every time that I pull a ball that is not featured on this particular board, I'm going to give myself a pink strike. 4 pink strikes mean that I have to pick an extra book to add to my TBR. So if I get 4 pink strikes, that means I'm actually going to have 6 books on my TBR. I don't know why I picked 4. It just seems like 3 was not enough and 5 was too many, so 4 was the happy medium. I think that's just about all I have to talk about, so let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to grab my bingo cage here, give it a little spin. Ooh, there we go. First one picked. So I got G60, and that is not on the board. Is this gonna be a bad idea? Giving myself my first pink strike. All right, let's try again. N36, which of course is also not on this board. Please, to the gods of bingo, give me something. Oh, thank goodness. So the next one is B13, which is the very first one right here. And the prompt is to pick a series continuation. So for that prompt, I am going to be picking A Storm of Swords by George R.R. Martin. I am currently in the middle of A Clash of Kings, so I will definitely be starting this in May. I don't know that I will be finishing it in May, since the live show for this for the Catch-Up Book Club, which is hosted by Becca in the Books, will not be until June, but I just want to get a good chunk of the way through this because for the first 2 books I put it off until the second month, and I don't want to do that with this one because it's gotten even bigger. Okay, let's pick our next book. Ooh, it just picked 3. Okay. I-20. I-20 is also not on this board. This was a terrible idea. Check the next one here. N34. It's also not on this board. Okay, so I'm having 6 books on my TBR now. So I picked one, 5 more to go. B2. Guess what? It's not on the board. Also, I forgot to put a yellow here. I'm really starting to regret my decisions here. Okay. B10. It's not on this board. That's 6 strikes. I did not expect it to be this much. Should I change it to 5 strikes? I'm doing 5. Okay, it's my game, my rules. 5 strikes and an extra book, which still means I have 6 books on my TBR, but at this point I'm too afraid, so. Okay, next one. N38. N38 isn't on the board. 3 more and I have to pick an extra book. Ah! N40. It's on the board. Yes! Okay, so this one is to pick something from your 2019 TBR. So the challenge was to pick something from my 2019 TBR. I did do a video on this, which I will link in the cards and down below, but I am going to be selecting The Astonishing Color of Actor by Emily X.R. Pan. This is perfect because it is actually own voices for Taiwanese culture. I believe this is about a girl whose mother commits suicide, so huge trigger warning for that. So this actually fits for both the Asian Readathon and Mental Healthathon, and coincidentally it's also the May pick for the Book Junkie Book Club, which is hosted by Rachel Marie Book Junkie. I love participating in her book club, so I'm definitely happy that I was able to select this. 2 books down, 4 to go. O74. It's not on the board. Pink strike. Okay, 2 more strikes and I gotta pick another book. This is a terrible idea. G49. It's on the board. I get so excited about this now. So the challenge for this was to pick an ebook or an audiobook. The challenge for this one was to read an ebook or an audiobook, basically something that is not in the typical format that I usually read. So for this one, I am actually going to be choosing Beds Are for Flowers by R.K. Gold. Ari is another booktuber whose channel I will link down below, and this is actually the one required read for the Sailor Moonathon, so I actually have no idea what this one is about, but I know it's available on Kindle, so I will be reading it there. Okay, 3 books, 3 to go. O73. It's on here. Ooh, interesting. So this is to pick a book that has been gifted to me. For this, I am going to pick Patron Saints of Nothing by Randy Rebay. This is actually an own voices novel for a Filipino American. Randy himself is Filipino. I'm half Filipino, so this book is something that means so much to me already to have it in my hands. This is actually an ARC that I was sent by Madeline from Novel Inc. I am so grateful to her for sending this to me because I just know that it's going to touch my heart in ways that I hope I'm ready for. But this is available in June of 2019, so I definitely want to get it read next month. And again, this fits for the Asian Readathon. Alright, 2 more books. The bingo gods are finally being good to us, so I hope that continues. Gosh darn it. G54. Another one! Ooh, okay. This is to read a book that is outside of my comfort zone. So for this one, I am going to choose 1,000 Beginnings and Endings. This is edited by Ellen O and Elsie Chapman, and it is actually a collection of retellings of different Asian myths and legends that features a ton of different authors such as Renee Ahdieh, Melissa De La Cruz, Julie Kagawa, among others. So this I am choosing because it is the group book for the Asian Readathon, but in general I don't read a lot of short story collections and retellings, so I would definitely say this is something that is going to push me outside of my comfort zone and, you know, help me expand my horizon. Alright, last book. I hope I don't get any more. I have 8 pink strikes, so 2 more pink strikes, and I have to choose an extra book, but I hope I don't have to. Ooh, G51. Alright, 9th pink strike. I also forgot to put this yellow in here. Alright, I hope I don't get another pink strike. I-16. Dang it! I actually have 2 more books to pick. That is my 10th strike. I did not think that was going to happen. Alright. B12, which is a vitamin, and also not on the board. I just want this video to be over at this point. This was a terrible idea. G57. I don't like this game. N33. I really don't like this game. O75. Oh my gosh. All right, let's see what this other one is. I was having such a good streak there. N39. I don't want to play this anymore. Okay, so I have to pick 3 more books. Are you kidding me? Okay. O67, which is not on my board. This is just gonna keep going and going and going and going. N42. Oh, bless. So this is good. I actually got the challenge to read a manga or graphic novel. I actually have My Brother's Husband on the way, so I'm going to be reading that next month, which is perfect for the Asian readathon. All right, 2 more to go, so long as we don't get any more strikes. I-26. There's literally 25 and 27, but no 26. Just need 2 more books. That's it. 2 more. I-23. N45. All right, 1 more strike and I have to pick an extra book again. Picks 2 there. Balls flying everywhere. B14. All right, I gotta pick 3 more books. This is a toxic cycle because the more books I have to pick, the more rolls I have to do. The more rolls I have to do, the more strikes I get. G59, it's not on here. I'm not good at statistics, but this feels a little excessive. O68, which is on here. Thank goodness. So the challenge for this is a short read. Thank goodness. So for this one, I'm going to be choosing Confessions by Kanae Minato, I believe it is. And I believe she is Japanese. This is a translated work. It was translated by Stephen Snyder. All I know about this is that it's really messed up. I heard about it from Alexa, from Library of Alexa, and this is a short read because it is not even 230 pages long. All right, 2 more books to pick. B6. It's not on there. Another strike. All right, another roll. B4. I should have considered this. B4. It's not on there. All right, 2 more, and I have to pick an extra book. I-30. 1 more, and I have to pick another book. You know, this is gonna be nice because next time I do this, like, there are gonna be no balls left that are not on this board. How many times did I say ball in this video? B9. It's not on there. Okay, so I felt like posting a pink one every single time was a little bit excessive and kind of a waste of paper. So at this point, I have to pick 3 more books. I have now acquired 10 books to my TBR, and I have only picked 7 at this point. O66. Thank goodness. Ooh, okay, so this is one, it just says word on here. So what that means is I have a mug here. It's my cute little wiener dog mug, and I have written a bunch of different words on different sheets of paper. Some of them are really easy, like the word the. Some of them are hard, like king or something like that. So I'm going to pick a piece of paper, and it's going to have a word on it, and the book that I have to choose has to have that word in the title or on the cover or something like that. So let's see what we get. Please be good to me. So the word I have chosen is man. Okay, so I wanted to choose one that fit my challenges, but couldn't really find one. So I ended up picking The Running Man by Stephen King. Of course, man is in the title. So that leaves me with 2 more books that I need to choose. Okay, and hopefully these 2 balls that just came out are the last 2 that I have to pick, please. First one is I-29, which is on here. Thank goodness. So this one is to pick from my TBR jar. Now I just randomly selected 12 books and wrote them down in the pieces of paper in my Hogwarts mug here. So I'm going to pick one, and that is going to be the book that I read. So I picked Joyland, which is right here. So that is 2 Stephen King novels that are on my TBR for May. And finally, I-22, which is also on my board, which means I am done. This one is to phone a friend. Let's pick out a couple of books that I am going to choose between. Okay, so the two that I am going to have someone pick between are The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang and The Gilded Wolves by Roshni Chokshi. So these are both Asian authors, and I think this one takes place in Paris, but this is like an Asian-inspired fantasy story. So I thought that they would both fit with the Asian readathon, so let's figure out who I'm going to contact. I'm going to Snapchat Purina from Purina Reads, so... Alright, so I just sent that. I'll see what she says here in a second, but in the meantime, let's go over what I ended up selecting for my TBR. So the first book that I picked was A Storm of Swords by George R.R. Martin. Of course, I do not plan to finish this in May. I would just like to begin it. And I chose this for a series continuation because this is the third book in the series. Next, from my 2019 TBR, I picked The Astonishing Color of After by Emily X.R. Pan. Then I picked Beds Are for Flowers by R.K. Gold, which is the group book for Sailor Moonathon, and it is available on Kindle. Then I had to choose a book that I was gifted, so I selected Patron Saints of Nothing by Randy Rebay, and again I was given this by Madeline from Novel Inc. Then I had to choose a book outside of my comfort zone, so I picked 1,000 Beginnings and Endings, which is edited by Ellen O. and Elsie Chapman. I then chose a manga or graphic novel, so I will be reading My Brother's Husband, which is pictured right here, but hopefully by May I will have a physical copy. Then I had to pick a short read, so I picked Confessions by Kane Minato. This is supposedly a really messed up book, and the author is Japanese, so this is actually a translated work. Then I had to pick a book with a specific word in the title, and the word that I chose was man, so I'm going to be reading The Running Man by Stephen King. Then I had to pick a book for my TBR jar, so I picked another Stephen King book, which is Joyland. I'm going to go over a few other books that I am supposed to read during this month, which is just like a little bit nerve-wracking, but okay. I am also going to try and read The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. I am also going to be buddy reading Three Dark Crowns by Kendara Blake with Alana from The Awkward Book Nerd. It's a fantasy story, but Kendara Blake is Korean. And then finally, I need to work out the details, but I believe I'm going to try and buddy read The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss with Susie from Susie Reads Books. I'm a little nervous because of course this is a chunker and I already have so many books on my TBR. I don't know if I'm going to punish myself this first time around if I don't get to all of these, but we'll see. I don't know. And then I'm going to leave the final book that was selected down below, either in a pinned comment or in the description box, because I don't want to keep this video too long. This was quite a mess. I actually really had fun doing this, even though at times it tested me and now I have a lot of footage that I need to edit. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please let me know down below. Let me know if you have any ideas or any room for improvement. I am always open to suggestion. Please feel free to like and again comment. I hope you'll choose to subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Every time that a bowl is